Good morning, everyone. I hope you're keeping warm in this cold weather. This morning, one of my daily joys is to feed the birds in our backyard. And while I love to see the brightly coloured cardinals and the blue jays, I have a particular concern for my little sparrows. So I like to put some food in the ground for them every morning so that they can come down and eat it. People wonder why I like the sparrows so much. In Britain, the sparrow population is dying out. Their environment is increasingly being paved over with concrete. The bushes down the sides of roads where they used to live have been ripped out. And considering the North American sparrow came from Europe, probably from Britain mostly, I just love the fact that they're surviving and flourishing over here. But the sparrow has more of an interest for me in another respect. Actually, our little granddaughter Naomi, we took her to the aquarium, and while everybody else is looking at the hippopotami, and the large sea creatures and so on, there was a little sparrow came buzzing around our table looking for little tidbits to eat, and I may or may not have given the sparrow something to eat. And that reminded me of when we took our own children, when they were very young, to London Zoo, and we were watching the penguins being fed. And while everybody's eyes were on the penguins being fed and all the fun that goes along with that, there was just a little sparrow down at our feet picking up little pieces. Now, why am I so fascinated by sparrows? Well, the sparrow, of course, is probably one of the only birds that Jesus refers to in his teaching. When he says, "Not a sparrow falls to the ground without your Father in heaven." In other words, that God in the entirety of who he is, has immediate knowledge of and attention to the smallest of birds, every one of them individually, just as he has with every atom, really, of all that he's made. But Jesus says God has an interest, even in a little sparrow falling to the ground. And then he adds this, he says, "You are of more value. You're of more value than the sparrows." In other words, that God pays attention to you in the trials of life, in the troubles and the difficulties, in your health issues, in your work, in the things that you're finding you're laboring with or rejoicing in. You are always within the knowledge and concern and have the attention of your loving Heavenly Father. Isn't that wonderful today, as you go out into this day, to know that you have the full attention of your Heavenly Father and that you're of more value to him. Because you're made in his image, because you're adopted as his child, you're of great value to him and he loves you. I hope you remember that during today.